Influenza, commonly known as the flu, can be a very serious illness. A lot of people can even die from it.
A person can die from the flu?
I heard it's just from excessive vomiting.
Actually, the flu has nothing to do with the stomach. What you're thinking of is the stomach flu, which isn't the flu. The flu is actually a respiratory illness, meaning it affects your throat, your nose, and your lungs.
Oh, so is it just like the cold? Why would I need a vaccination for the cold?
Yeah, who wants a shot that protects you from nothing?
Well, the common cold and the flu are actually different. The common cold and the flu are both contagious viral infections of the respiratory tract. Although symptoms for the cold can be very similar, they're a lot lighter. A cold may drag you down a bit, may make you feel a little tired, but the flu would have you shuddering at the thought of getting out of bed. A flu can also have very severe symptom complications. Both cold and flu may bring coughing, headache, and chest discomfort. With the flu, though, you're likely to run a high fever for several days and have body aches, fatigue, and weakness. Symptoms of the flu also tend to come on abruptly. So usually complications from colds are relatively minor, but in cases of the flu, it could lead to a life-threatening condition such as pneumonia. A lot of people are hospitalized and die each year from complications of the flu.
Well, what can I do to protect myself, my kids, and my community?
Yeah, how can we help prevent this?
Well, there's some tips for avoiding the flu that are pretty easy. 1, avoid close contact. Close contact with people who are sick actually helps spread the infection, so keep your distance. Which leads to number 2, stay home from work. If possible, stay home from work, school, running errands. This will actually help prevent spreading the illness to others. 3, cover your mouth and nose. When you sneeze or cough, make sure that you have a tissue handy, or in a pinch, you can always cough or sneeze into your elbow. A 4th way to prevent illness spread is to clean your hands. Washing your hands often with soap and water is the best way to prevent spreading any infection. However, if soap and water aren't available, you can always use an alcohol-based hand solution. 5, avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. Germs are often spread when a person touches something that is contaminated with germs and then touches his or her eyes, nose, and mouth. Those are where your mucous membranes are, and that's where germs get in. 6, practice other good health habits. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces at home or school, especially if someone's sick. Get plenty of sleep. Be physically active. Manage your stress. Drink plenty of fluids and eat nutritious food.
So how do we know when to keep our kids home?
Well, the flu comes on suddenly. Most people with the flu feel very tired and have a high fever, headache, dry cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, and sore muscles. Some people, especially children, may also have stomach problems such as diarrhea. The cough can last 2 or more weeks. It is important that if your child is experiencing these symptoms, that you make a doctor's appointment and keep your child home from school.
How do I care for my child if they get the flu?
Well, a lot of the same ways you would care for yourself. Make sure that your child gets plenty of rest and drinks lots of fluids. Talk with your child's healthcare provider before giving your child any over-the-counter medication. Don't give your kid aspirin. It can cause some serious problems. Call your child's healthcare provider if your child develops flu symptoms and is younger than 5, or has a chronic medical condition like asthma, diabetes, heart, or lung disease. These things are something that you want to get checked right away. If you're worried about your child's illness, call your healthcare provider.
So this flu shot is pretty important, huh?
Well, while vaccine effectiveness can vary, recent studies show that flu vaccination reduces the risk of flu illness by between 40 and 60%. However, in general, current flu vaccines tend to work better against influenza B and influenza A, which is commonly known as H1N1. Although it's not 100%, it's a very important step to better your chances of protecting against the flu. Some protection is better than no protection.
How much does the flu shot normally cost?
Well, most insurances cover the shot, but at most it costs about $38. However, there are some places like Sam's Club or Costco where you can get a flu shot for as low as $15.
I think I could afford that. Thanks for the information.
Not a problem.
This is very beneficial.